In the sky, a red portal appeared, and upon realizing that so many old friends had come, someone mentioned that this time they met, they should greet each other properly. Everyone's attention was fixed on the portal, leaving them somewhat confused. A man with a ponytail emerged from the portal and couldn't help but smile since it had been a long time since he last saw his old friends. He was Yang Ming, the traitor of Daxia. Zai Zinu's father stood up, extended his hand and activated his power, making energy emerge from his hand. With a serious gaze, Ji Lingku drew his sword and began to stare intently at Yang Ming. Upon noticing that Yang Ming had appeared, they revealed that they knew he had been hiding all these years in the 3 islands abroad. They asked him to prepare to die. With eyes shining with rage, Jiu Caxon drew his sword and prepared to fight. He told them not to bother, as he was going to go and kill Yang Ming with a single slash. While a system window was manifesting behind Yang Ming. With an arrogant smile, he extended his hand and declared that there was no need to rush if they wanted to catch up, proposing that they talk after the tournament. He assured them that if they managed to win this great competition, he would accept his own death without objections. The system window fully manifested and Yang Ming revealed it was the virtual god ranking. He explained that in it the entire process of the first round for each participant would be broadcast live. Then, he clarified the fundamental rules. In this round, one could not quit halfway until it was completely finished. The options were simple: pass the test or die. Although there was no time limit to complete the round, he specified that the last 50 participants in the ranking would be eliminated. Jiu Caxon's attention was fixed on it and his eyes widened in surprise, making his jaw drop in shock. He remembered that before they hadn't said anything about not being able to withdraw halfway, and wondered if they had done this on purpose to harm Jiang Chen. He was worried that, without external help, Jiang would be in danger by participating in this test, and considered that maybe it would be better for him to withdraw right now. Jialing Hu turned towards Imin. With a calm expression, revealed that if Jiang withdrew before the tournament began, the prestige and morale of Daxia could be seriously affected. With eyes shining with concern, Jiu Caxon began to move towards Jiang and made it clear that he didn't care about everything else. The life of his disciple was more important than anything else. Jialing Hu started following him and thought that he was right. The important thing now was Jiang's safety. The timer activated, only 9 seconds remained. With an evil smile, Yang Ming began to point at the timer with his finger and asked them to get ready to enter the divine virtual realm. While the timer kept counting down, Jiu Caxon approached Jiang's seat and with a worried expression asked him to take off the teleportation ring since they were going to withdraw. Jiang, who was sitting with his arms crossed, began to gaze toward the ground and refused. His eyes began to shine with determination. He made it clear that if he withdrew now, Daxia would lose all its dignity, and they could forget about recovering the 3 overseas islands, while the teleportation ring was activating. With an expression full of concern, Jiu Caxon placed his hand on Jiang's shoulder and revealed that if he didn't withdraw now, it would be too late. Jiang closed his eyes and remained silent. A portal teleported Jiang to the realm where the competition was going to take place. He asked his master not to worry. Jiu Caxon extended his hands toward the portal and couldn't help but panic, not knowing what to do now. While Yang Ming was floating, Jiu Caxon turned around and made it clear that if something happened to his disciple, even if it cost him his life, he would take revenge by shedding blood in the 3 islands. With a serene expression, Zai Zinu's father approached Jiu Caxon and asked him to calm down, explaining that worry only brought confusion. He told him that, since things had come to this point, it was better to wait and see, as maybe Jiang Chen was stronger than they thought. At the same time, Jiang appeared in front of a giant door with a shining symbol in the middle. He began to observe carefully and couldn't help but feel somewhat confused. According to the system, he had to pass 5 tests. The first was the outer exam. The mission was to break 50 stone doors and exit the hallway. Jiang's eyes began to shine with confidence. He clenched his fist tightly, and while fire emerged from it, he jumped. According to him, this evaluation method was simple and brutal. Using the invincible divine fist, Jiang struck the stone door with all his strength, causing cracks to appear on it. But not long after, the cracks began to repair themselves, and upon noticing this, Jiang was in shock as he couldn't believe that the door had the ability to self-repair. Jiang focused and struck again. His plan was simple. He had to strike faster than the door could repair itself. Our boy's attack shattered the first door into pieces. Jiang clenched his fist and began to observe the symbol on the second door carefully. He realized that the inscription on it was a bit more complex than that of the first one, and deduced that the following ones would probably increase in difficulty gradually. Moreover, it seemed to him that the resistance of these stone doors was set according to the level from 5th to 6th transformation. His eyes began to shine with determination. Jiang began to concentrate the power of thunder in his fist. He knew that although the thunder element was scarce in this place, it was not non-existent, and therefore, he could try to add an electric arc to his fist. Jiang moved quickly, and while his fist was surrounded by thunder, he used the invincible thunder fist, breaking the second stone door into pieces. He decided to use the lightning attack and launched a powerful burst of thunder toward the third door, breaking it without much effort. He was happy to see that this was working. With a curious gaze, Jiang began to touch the door. He was aware that if he only relied on impulsive attacks, his speed would fall behind compared to those of 5th and 6th transformation. Because of this, he had to first find the best combined technique to take advantage of his strength, and thus pass the test. Jiang began to examine the stone door and remembered that moments before he had noticed how, when hitting different places, the brightness of the inscriptions was different. This led him to the conclusion that the dimmer the glow, the more fragile that point should be. He decided that first he would look for whether the stone doors had a common weak point, as he understood it was better to sharpen the axe before chopping wood. He was sure he could verify his theory by passing through the first two doors. Meanwhile, the system window began to display the leaderboard. It was led by Yin Wuxi from the 3 overseas islands, who was already at stone door number 17. Closely following were Ouyang Yi and Zhu Baijian, also from the 3 islands, occupying second and third place, having both reached door number 15. The best positioned representative of Daxia was Feng Yunwuji in 4th place with door number 13, while Su Qianqian appeared in 10th position at door 11. Far below them, in position number 100, was Jiang Chen, also from Daxia, who had barely passed through the third stone door. This did not look good since there were only 2 people from Daxia among the top 10. Su Qianqian began pointing this out with his finger and with a confident expression mentioned that this wasn't fair. He explained that although others weren't allowed to use external forces, they were indeed permitted to use their divine classes. Jaishan Yu's father, who had his arms crossed, explained that divine classes that could merge with the body were considered part of oneself. So there was nothing to be done about it. He added that Jiang Chen was at a clear disadvantage in this round. The elders from the 3 overseas islands couldn't help but burst out laughing when they saw Jiang's position and thought that Jiang was in last place. They concluded that Yanzhen's previous concerns about him had been completely unnecessary. Yang Ming, who was sitting across from them, clasped his hands and with a murderous expression mentioned that, as the saying goes, caution makes a ship last 1,000 years. He stated that Yanzhen was the wisest and greatest person in the world. And the fact that Jiang Chen was at the bottom of the leaderboard did not mean Yanzhen's concerns were unfounded. Upon hearing this, the elders' faces filled with concern. They lowered their heads before him and felt foolish. The system began to show Jiang standing in front of the door. Everyone's attention was fixed on him. And they were somewhat confused since they remembered that Jaishan had advanced quite well through the first 2 doors and wondered why he had gotten stuck at the third. Despite this, some believed that he wasn't really stuck, but rather looking for a better way to overcome the obstacle. Jia Lingqiu began to observe Jing and, with a confident expression, revealed that with Jing's current ability, the difference with the others was still too great. With a worried expression, Jiu Kashan said that this didn't matter, and even if Jing ended up last, what mattered was that he came out safe and sound. Jia Lingqiu was in shock upon realizing that Jiu Kashan was showing such concern. The system began to show the other geniuses, revealing that numbers 19, 20, 21 and 22, several talents of the human dragon race, were also in no hurry to pass through the doors. Unlike Jing Chen's exploration, they walked slowly and only launched a strike upon arrival. Without anyone knowing the reason for this behavior, with eyes shining with confidence, Ao Kya, the first genius of the human dragon race, gathered momentum. His body began to emit a powerful energy as he charged and struck the stone doors with all his strength. After this, the others also began to advance quickly in the ranking. He was so powerful that he started breaking through the stone doors as if they were paper. Ao Kyang advanced at an impressive speed, even though he was not behind in top positions yet soon would reach the top 10. According to the ranking table, Ao Kyang was in 11th place, having reached stone gate number 23. Ao Kun followed closely behind, in 13th place, after reaching door number 21. Jaishan Yu's father began to touch his chin with his hand and his eyes started to shine with seriousness. He couldn't believe that, in less than 2 minutes, Ao Kyang had already reached the top 5. And had even surpassed Feng Yunwuji. Jiu Kaishan began to touch his chin and his eyes widened in surprise, while on the other side, Ji Lingqiu, who had his arms crossed, remained silent. When they looked at Jing's system window, only traces of thunder could be seen. They were somewhat confused, not knowing where our boy was. With eyes shining with determination, Jing struck using the power of thunder, breaking through the door without much difficulty. Jiu Kaishan and the others knew that the thunder element in this place was definitely not enough to shatter a stone door with a single punch. They wondered if this was a lightning displacement. The leaderboard began to update, and Jing moved from position 51 to position 49, having passed stone door number 19. Jaishan Yu's father placed his hand on Jiu Kaishan's shoulder and asked him to look at the ranking quickly. Jing Chen was also climbing. Jiu Kaishan snapped out of his thoughts and his eyes widened with joy and a smile spread across his face. He couldn't believe that Jing was within the top 50, and still rising. Not long after, our boy reached position 30. Jing grabbed his wrist and started walking down the hallway, thinking that although he could still break through the doors, it took more effort each time. He realized that if he continued like this, it wouldn't work out, and using ancient god essence, which would leave him unconscious for a week, wasn't realistic. According to him, it would be great if he could merge the microparticles of the red-armored beetle Colossus, but unfortunately, this was not possible. One of his mother insects called him. Upon hearing this, his eyes widened in surprise. It was Chaoxuan. He couldn't believe that she could even contact him in this realm. Chaoxuan, who was sitting on top of the branches of the ancestral tree, extended her hand and, with a confused expression, asked Jing not to joke. She explained that her essence was light in time and was not bound by any spatial restriction. Then she revealed that she had discovered that the divine classes fused by the enemy could be used in this place. Jing appeared in his sea of consciousness and remembered having forgotten this detail about her. Our boy went into shock upon learning that if divine classes could be directly merged into the body without going through this space, they actually could be used. Chaoxuan began to descend from the tree and nodded her head. She explained that the red-armored beetle Colossus simply could not come out, but this did not mean that it could not merge with him. To be honest, she added, In this place only his 9 miasma wings could actually be restricted. Jiang began to touch his head, his eyes widened with joy, and a smile spread across his face. He gave Chaoxuan the order to fuse all the red armored beetles directly into his body. Chaoxuan began to touch his glasses and refused, saying he was very busy with his studies and didn't have time at the moment. Chaoxuan was reading a book. Seeing this, Jiang couldn't help but feel confused since he didn't know when he had gotten all these things. Chaoxuan adjusted his glasses and mentioned that the last time he had seen Jiang was when the other children were going to school. Placing his hands on Chaoxuan with a calm expression, Jiang decided that he didn't have time to argue with him at this moment. He ordered him to hurry and get to work, promising that when everything was over, he would take him to school. Upon hearing this, Chaoshan's eyes widened in surprise. Jiang told him to say fewer useless words. He didn't want to use the family discipline of the insect race dominator on him. Chaoxuan decided to obey and fused the 6 million red armored beetles with Jiang's body. While our boy's eyes were shining, he tightly clenched his fist and an intense red energy began emerging from it. Jiang focused and a burst of energy emerged from his body. Our boy prepared himself to break through the doors. His eyes were full of determination. He considered that if just a few hundred red armored beetles had been enough for him to open the nervous network of the ancient god, then now with 6 million, these stone doors would mean nothing for him. This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part,